Hi guy, good morning to you, or good afternoon to you, or good night to you, depend on the time of the day where you are in, okay, but a greeting from me. So this morning I'm going to tell you about something I just read from the Gospel of Barnabas that I found interesting. So what is it, guy, that I found interesting? So let's start. Let's see, what page is it? Okay, it's on page 265 if you have the Gospel of Barnabas. If you have the Gospel of Barnabas, it's page 265 and chapter 206. So it's already near the end of the book, because when I read the Gospel of Barnabas, I just open a page. I don't read from page 1 to 100. No, I just open a page. I always found something interesting on the chapter or on the page that I read. So it's like easy reading for me, and that's the way I read the Gospel of Barnabas. Open a page and I always find something interesting to tell you or to share with you. So this time I share with you on the chapter 206. So it's to do with the rabbi or the priest with Jesus. So the priest didn't like Jesus very much. I don't know why. I think the reason is Jesus believed that the son that Abraham sacrificed was not Isaac, was Ishmael. And this priest, you know what they did? They changed the altar, the book of Moses. They changed it from Isaac to Ishmael. And Jesus knew it that they changed it by miracle, of course. He knew that it's not right. It's not right. And why they did it? Because they are proud. Because these priests or rabbi are the descendants from Ishaq, and the Arabs in the Saudi Arabia and the Yemen are the descendant of Ishmael. So maybe they don't like each other very much. The Ishmaelites and what they call it, Isaac. They don't like each other very much, and especially when you start to tell them that the coming prophets after Jesus is from Ishmaelite, not from Ishaq. They got angry. They are proud of their being Jews' heritage, because many prophets, even Jesus was a Jew, so many prophets have been Jewish origin. So when they learn the next prophet after Jesus is not of Jewish, then they feel bad about it. Their pride, they feel that God has abandoned them, that they got angry with God, something like that. I feel that what they're thinking. But then many prophets already from Jewish, but what they did, they are not loyal. They are not loyal to the prophets. Some they even kill. Just look at Jesus. They don't like Jesus very much. Maybe some were, but some like Rabbi, they don't like Jesus. So guys, this story. And then at that time, this chapter start with Jesus who went to a temple, and many of his followers were also went with Jesus to the temple, and the rabbi start to wonder that Jesus had many followers, and then they're thinking not good about seeing Jesus have many followers. Okay, and then they start asking Jesus with this question. Let me read the question, what they ask. Let me read the question, what they ask. Tell me, O Jesus, thou hast forgotten all that thou didst confess, that thou art not God, no Son of God, nor even the Messiah. That were the three questions they asked to Jesus, that Jesus confessed he is not God, he is not the Son of God, he is not the Messiah. They asked whether Jesus have forgotten that. Okay, this is the answer. Let me read what Jesus answered. Jesus answered, no, of surety I have not forgotten, for this is my confession which I shall bear before the judgment seat of God on the day of judgment. So, what is interesting there, guys? What is interesting there is when you read the Quran, because I am also reading the Quran. Every day I read the Quran. I came this verse. I think many converts who read the Quran will come across this, or they have came across this verse when Jesus was judged, asked question by God, O Son of Mary, have you tell your men or people that you were God, O Son of God? Okay, that was the question that Jesus was asked by God in the day of judgment. So Jesus answered that no, I have not told the people that I was God. No, I was the Son of God. They say to themselves, I have not told them something like that. But you can read the Quran. I think in the chapter Surah Al-Imran or Surah Mary or Maryam. I don't know. I have looked at the Quran, but it will take me time to look through, so I just skip that book. But I know there is a verse start with, "Oh Mary, have you said to your man that you was God or Son of God," something like that guy. So in this Gospel of Barnabas, Jesus also says something like, "No obscurity I have not forgotten, for this is my confession that I shall bear before the judgment seat of God." Bear, say bear before this. I shall bear before the judgment seat of God. So meaning that in this Gospel of Barnabas, God will question Jesus, and in the Quran, a verse of how God questioned Jesus. Is that not amazing? Yes, it is. So this is a proof that this Gospel of Barnabas is the holy book. This Gospel of Barnabas is the Gospel of Jesus. Yeah. So if you want to get the true story of Jesus, get this book. It's available in your area. For me, I have to get it online. For you, you just go to the bookshop. I know if you are in London, there's a big bookshop in London. I forget the name. You go to the YouTube, I forget the name, on the Oxford Street, and there you see a big bookstore in London. I believe you will find this book. So no problem if you are in UK. If you are in US, you also should find this book in New York. Someone had found this Gospel of Barnabas in a bookstore in New York. So if you are in US, go to New York. So if you are in UK, you go to London. So for me, I just get from online. So maybe if you get online also convenient if you are in UK. Very fast service. A lot of online bookstore in UK. Maybe a lot of online bookstore in US also. You can get this Gospel of Barnabas. Make sure it's Gospel of Barnabas, not the Epistle of Barnabas. Epistle of Barnabas is not written by Barnabas. It's purely written by someone else. It's nothing to do with through Jesus story, but the name is Epistle of Barnabas. So they just put Barnabas' name there. So it is a fake book of Barnabas actually. Make sure the name is Gospel of Barnabas, and by this guy named Londell Rick. So its interpretation from Italian language, it doesn't matter. So if people interpret it honestly, doing their good for the service of mankind, you don't worry if they don't have intention to cheat. It was done with honesty and honor. Okay, guy. So that's all. Actually, there's a lot of things in this chapter. Maybe I will continue again, sharing with you on the story on this chapter 206. For the time being, thank you very much for being with me so long.